Rebecca Nicole Bassett's How to Succeed in AP Government Without Really Trying. Although you should try at least a little bit because you kind of need this class to graduate. Hey there Blazers, and welcome to AP Gov. In this video, I'm going to share with you 5 tips on how to pass AP Gov. Follow these 5 tips and this class will be a breeze, I promise. Tip number 5, do your work. As your teacher may have already explained, nearly all of the work in this class is extra credit. But if you don't do the extra credit and you try and slide by on just the test scores, you're going to slide yourself right into the zone without anything. Here's why. The study guides actually work. Imagine that. If you study your guides, the test will be easy. But if you slack off and don't touch them all week, you won't really know the material. If you do your work, you're basically reviewing that day's lesson, and that can truly make or break a test score. Tip number 4, take notes. Sure, you could go a whole year with just doing study guides straight from the book, but let's be honest, textbook talk is pretty boring and sometimes it can be really hard to understand. And that's why we have teachers. So whenever your teacher is standing up at the front of the room, elaborating on about federalism or the iron triangle, they're really just translating what the book says into English. So take notes, because it can really help you on your study guides and makes much more sense than the book. Tip number 3, ask questions. The government can be really confusing, and it might not always make sense right away, maybe even at all. But sitting there dumbfounded in your little seat all by yourself won't get you anywhere. And oftentimes you're not as alone as you think. Lots of people in the class might have the same questions, but are too afraid to raise their hands because this is an AP class and you have to understand everything right away or else you're dumb. So ask the teacher what judicial review means or how the electoral college works. Be the first person in the class to raise your hand and don't be afraid to ask questions. Tip number 2, learn comfortably. Not all of us learn in the same way, and that is totally okay. Some of us work better in groups, and some of us work better all alone. Some of us work better with music blasting in our ears, and some of us work better in perfect silence. No matter how you work or learn, make sure that it's in a way that's comfortable to you so that you can better absorb information. Because the more you know, the better you'll do on the test, and the better score you'll get, and the easier it'll be to pass this class. And finally, tip number 1, relax. Chill out, calm down. I know the title of this class seems kind of threatening, and I must admit that when I first started this class, I felt a little bit intimidated, but don't worry, it's way more fun than it sounds. Don't stress out about the AP exams. They're not nearly as hard as the tests you take at the end of each week. Take a deep breath. You're gonna be okay. And those are the 5 tips on how to succeed in AP Gov without really trying. In case you forgot already, they are: do your work, take notes, ask questions, learn comfortably, and relax. It's gonna be a great year, Blazers. Have fun in AP Gov.